Hit that button, Hector.
Yeah. What a week, man. Let me tell y'all. Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of Kid at Heart. I am your host, Gabriel Valdivia, aka Old Man Gabe, the man, the myth, the legend. Man, it's been a minute since I got back on here and did all this stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna lie, guys, being consistent is hard, man. When you got a job, you got all this stuff going on, you know what I mean? So this is me just at least showing up, you know what I mean? Like, that's the best advice I got, just show up. So here I am, I'm showing up, talk to you guys a little bit about life, what's going on, what I've done, what's new, what's old, you know what I mean? And yeah, to everybody that's been watching and, you know, liking my stuff and supporting, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, so let's just start off with first things first, man. Being consistent with this stuff, man, it's hard. Like it really is. Like there's days where you just don't want to do this stuff, you know. It's challenging, you know what I mean, to try and keep that spark alive and want to keep pursuing something you love to do. And I've always known it's been hard, you know what I mean? Because my whole life, I've always liked being creative. I always liked making things. And yeah, as I got older, I just noticed it's gotten harder to do these things, you know what I mean? With, you know, life always happens. You got job, you got kids, you got relationships, you got all the above pretty much, you know? But it's something that I really want to do, and it's something that I'm trying to keep my word on and trying to be consistent with it. But you know what I mean? It's just, there's good days and there's bad days, you know? But I'm here and I'm telling y'all that last week kicked my butt, like, horribly, dude. Like, the sun was hot, you know what I mean? And there was a lot of things going on in my mind. I didn't know how to start an episode. What do I talk about? Do I review things? Do I talk about life? Do I do this? Do I do that? You know what I mean? All these things swirling around in my head, but I had to just sit down and just hit record. You know what I mean? Just be real with y'all and be like, this is what's up. This is what's going on. So I finally just said, you know, I pulled the trigger and I said, all right, cool. This is what it is. It's me in front of a camera with my mic, my headphones, and my cat over there with a donut neck. And the reason I say that is because we just got him fixed. So he don't got the cone. He got like a little donut thing on his head. He mad as shit right now. But, you know, that's what's been going on with me, man. Just trying to find that spark. Well, it's like I have the spark, but I'm having trouble keeping that flame alive at times. You know what I mean? Because, like, I understand being a grown-up comes with bills, responsibilities, and all this stuff, but I'm really struggling to keep that inner kid alive. And I'm kid at heart, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to continue to do the things I love to do, watch the things I want to watch, you know, learning a lot about myself along the process. So it's really interesting to see how I approach things and how I handle things, you know what I mean? Because, like, sometimes I think about the way I used to be, like, in my 20s and how I did things wrong and all this stuff. But it's like, okay, I've worked on myself. I tried to overcome all this stuff, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be better, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be, you know, trying to be like Deku, bro. I got all these powers in me, but I don't know how to control them. And sometimes they just be messing me up, honestly. So that's how I feel, honestly. Like, I'm just, you know, like All Might, you know what I mean? I still got one for all in me and all that stuff. And I'm just trying to, you know what I mean? Just trying to keep it alive, trying to keep the thing, trying to understand it, trying to work it slowly but surely, you know? And hopefully I'll get it down eventually, you know? So, with that being said, you know, I guess that will be the part of what's been going on in my life. And then, yeah, we'll just move on to the next, I guess. The big hype right now, you know, it's Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is everywhere, anywhere. You know, you see pizza boxes and juices and all the above, you know what I mean? All these things have been coming out for Fantastic Four, and I finally got to watch it last night. And I went and watched it in IMAX, you know what I mean? Because I felt like it was the right way to do it. You know what I mean? Everybody knows Galactus is in it. I wanted to get the full experience, the whole shebang, because we haven't seen this character in any of the movies. So I almost went 4DX, honestly. I wanted to because I haven't experienced one yet. And I was really debating between 4DX and IMAX. I was like, man, which one, And I was like, you know what? I want to sit down and actually watch the story and, take it all in, all the visual effects, how they went about it. Because I kind of went into it a little skeptical, you know what I mean? Trying to be like, Fantastic Four has always been a hit or miss with these things. And the last couple movies never did very good, So I like Fantastic Four. I think it's cool, But when I found out they were coming out with Fantastic Four, a whole new cast, and I seen who they got, I was like, okay, maybe this is possible. Maybe they'll knock it out the park. And I guess overall, I think the movie was good. I think it was solid. It was interesting. People kind of say it goes back to like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, very superhero-ish, like how things started. And I agree with that. I really do. I think it's a real like laid back superhero movie, and it's really cool. But for some reason, people don't like the origin stories in the beginning, like how they break down how they got their powers and them discovering their powers. And for some reason, I enjoy that. I think it's cool. It's part of like my childhood, being a kid, seeing these people go into space, see what they do, push their superpowers to the limit. You know what I mean? Figure them out. I always thought that was interesting. I thought it was so cool. And I guess this film took a different approach where it's like they've already had their powers. They already, they're established in this world. Everybody loves them. And I guess like I didn't really see them go beyond their limits. You know what I mean? And I guess for me, it was kind of new because in superhero movies, you see these superheroes like push themselves to their limit, which they did to an extent. You know what I mean? But I meant like they knew their limit, and they still said, fuck it, we're going to do this. We're going to come up with a plan. We're going to try and take on this enemy. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, what's the best way to explain it? Like when the Spider-Man movies, you used to see Spider-Man just always get beat up because he's just Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like sometimes he'd have a few good punches and land a few things, but he's always getting his butt kicked. So then it was like seeing this Fantastic Four, you see him go up against this giant, you know what I mean, Galactus, and it's just like it just kind of sets in. Like I was more impressed with Galactus than I was with the Fantastic Four, you know what I mean? Because I didn't see Johnny go like supernova or you know what I mean. I didn't see the Thing really go balls to the wall, you know what I'm saying? But like Galactus, like in this movie, they give you a pretty good sense of like how big this person is, how strong he is. And we've never, seen a Galactus in any of the MCU movies yet. So first time him being there, I was kind of like, okay, let's see what this guy's about. But there's one specific scene that is just like, it's crazy, man. Like it gives you a better view on how big this guy is and how strong he is and what he's capable of doing. You know what I mean? Like I won't go into spoilers, you know what I'm saying? But there's one point where literally Galactus like just tosses the Thing and he goes flying, bro. Like the Thing, this guy is made out of rocks, flies and I thought he was just gonna fly and hit a building and then stop. Oh no, this guy just, he was gone, bro. Like, and that to me was just like, okay, I've never seen, it was one of those moments like, and I think Avengers Infinity War, you know what I mean? When like the superheroes lose and then you're just like, what? Like it sits in, you're like, that's crazy. This guy's such a big threat, So like when I seen that part, that scene in the movie, I was just like, these guys are cooked. Like it's over. Like you're telling me this guy just picked up the Thing and flinged him into fucking out of orbit, pretty much. I was just like, that to me was like the highlight of the movie for me. I don't know. I just thought it was fucking awesome. But, Johnny Storm, he was really cool, you know what I mean? The Human Torch compared to like Chris Evans, you can't really compare the two. They're completely different people, but he played it very cool. I don't remember the guy's name, but it's the guy from Stranger Things, you know what I'm saying? And Eddie, I think it was his name. He played it very cool, and I loved his role in the movie. He's very funny, you know what I mean? He was a very funny guy in the movie as well. With the thing, they both bounced back a lot. Reed Richards, what is it, Pedro Pascal or whatever his name is, I think. At first I was like, I don't know if he's going to do this. I don't know. But the more I watched the movie, then the more I got sucked in and started thinking, oh, this dude's Reed Richards. Like, he's it. You know what I mean? When it comes to Sue Storm, I don't know about y'all, but did y'all feel like she had some kind of like Scarlet Witch type of vibe? Or is that just me? Because like every time I was watching her on the screen, I kept thinking it was Scarlet Witch for some reason. It just kept going back and forth. You know what I mean? But it seemed to me like similar things. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyways, Fantastic Four. I say it's a great movie. 1 out of 10. I give it probably like a solid. Oof. I'm gonna go with the 7.5. I really want to give it an 8. I really do. But there's just something about it that didn't sit right with me 100%. But overall, I think the movie's great. I think it's fun. It's interesting how this takes place in a whole different, universe, a whole multiverse deal. It's a different Earth and stuff. And it was cool. But there's just something about it that just... and it might be the missing piece that makes everything click, and I don't know what it is, dude. But I really want to give it an 8, but I give it a 7.5. So, yep, and that's it. And then, and other things that have been going on with the podcast and stuff, I've been doing my best trying to pick up some of these bigger collabs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I'm a dad. 2 kids, 1 job, you know what I mean? Got bills. So I do my best to pick up these collabs and all this stuff. So look out for little videos here and there with me doing that. I'll be honest with you right here, right now. I have the Puma collab, which I know I'm super late to it. But to be honest, I don't care. I got them for a really good deal. On Journey's website. I got a pair for me and I got a pair for my daughter, because I don't know, for me it was like, man, these are cool, but I couldn't even get the Luffy ones in an adult size because they sell out so fast and the resellers are almost $200, you know what I'm saying? So I did that. I'm gonna do its own review, its own video on it, and there's other things that I'm trying to get my hands on, you know what I mean, and try and show you guys how like you can get certain deals. And, whenever I see a deal, I'll pop it up and let you guys know the best I can, or as soon as I can. So, you guys can, if you guys are on a budget, you guys can ball on a budget. And I'm thinking about calling it that way. I'm not going to lie. Balling on a budget, show y'all the budget alchemy. You know what I mean? So that's what I have in mind. That's kind of how I'm going. This one was kind of a long shot. There was just so much I wanted to talk about, and I did my best to compress it into different segments. So with that being said, that'd probably be it for this one, guys. But if you showed up, if you stayed till the end, I appreciate it so much. Please, go to the Instagram. I'll make sure to put the Instagram name down below. And the YouTube channel as well. I got the videos up. I still haven't got the audio just up on Spotify yet, but I'm working on that. So just give me a little bit of time. And if you really want to help your boy out, I got a Depop. And I don't know if you know what that is. Depop is kind of like a Whatnot or an Encore. You know what I mean? You go on there, you sell little things. I got a little store going, got a little side hustle going. You know what I mean? So if you want to support your boy and pick up a few things, you know what I mean, that I pick up along the way, or I put up for sale, I'll make sure to put that in description as well. You can go check it out, give me a follow, and yeah, it's called Get a Heart Secret Loot. You know what I mean? Gotta have something coming in, gotta have some extra dough so I can keep up with this cool stuff and new equipment and everything. So if y'all want to go and support and do that, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. If not, just, go ahead, like, comment, let me know what you think I'm doing good, what I'm doing bad. If y'all want to hit me up and give me some tips and tricks on this, I'm open, man. I don't take nothing personal. So it'd be greatly appreciated. And if y'all ever want to be on the show, or you guys want to be in an interview, hit me up. But for now, that's just going to be everything, man. So, peace out, Girl Scout. And I hope y'all are good. Hit that button, Hector.